to make sure that the rangers know where to look for our bodies. So Joe is filling out our registration. Finally made it out to the trailhead for Coyote Gulch. We're the only ones here. It's going to be looking forward to it. I am making an attempt at some drone footage. This will be my first time doing drone footage while walking with a backpack. So I got trekking poles and I got the drone. Then I have my phone and the drone remote here. It's going to be interesting. It'll be like patting your head, rubbing your stomach, and doing jumping jacks all at the same time. Should be fun. We'll see you on the trail. Alright, Joe thinks we're good. We are starting our adventure. We'll see how it goes. We got way too much stuff. Making our way through these rock formations. Hopefully, as we get over this ridge line, be able to see the place where we can enter into the gulch, and then we'll be in for some scenery, I imagine. We'll see. So it goes without saying that a trip like this is a significant amount of effort, a significant amount of planning to get to these remote spots. But this right here, this is what makes it worth it right here. So we're gonna slowly make our way down there. And that little speck of green is where we're going. That is Coyote Gulch. Unbelievable. So that is where we're going. I'm going to walk through that, which is, you could land a jumbo jet in there compared to what we walked through yesterday. So that part's not going to be a problem at all. Lowering the packs down, that'll be a little bit of a challenge. but that's where we're going. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Hopefully I'll be able to collect some more sand in my shoes. I feel like it's my responsibility to redistribute that sand across the landscape. Had a successful pack lowering operation. The crack in the wall, as they call it, there's a series of cracks that you gotta squeeze through, and so in order to get our gear and us to this spot, we had to lower our packs down a little bit. Luckily we've got a mountain climber in the family, and he has this awesome rope. Waiting for Joe and Gavin to make their way through the crack, and then we'll ease on down the trail, head on down into the gulch. That's the elevation change we've done so far. That's what we're going to, but I tell you what, that is one heck of a view. So we're making our way down into the gulch, and just can't help appreciate the scale of all of this. You know, not to take away from places like the Grand Canyon, or those are beautiful in their own way, but there's a very large part of me that prefers this. Formations that have been here for, we'll just say, billions of years, hundreds of feet high. Here we are, walking amongst it, and all it does is it gives you an appreciation for how insignificant we as human beings are, and how very temporary our existence is on this earth, and how there are so many things around us that have been here for billions of years before us, and they'll be here for billions of years after us. And the best part of all of this, that I think takes the cake and makes this place better than places like Arches or Grand Canyon or anything like that, is that it is so difficult to get to. It is so remote. You can't get here by accident. And so it makes it that much more special. That only a few people out in the world can know what this place looks like, because you Can't drive here. The only way you can get here is by walking. Climbing. Lord knows, got to do some climbing. But very soon, we will be down at the bottom of this gulch looking back up. And I just feel like a broken record every time I say it, but I cannot get over these views. It just doesn't get old. Every turn, every bend, you see something new. And again, something that's been there for billions of years. And took billions of years to form by just simple erosion. Absolutely incredible. So just when we thought we were getting close to the bottom, we rounded this ridge crest, and we have a significant ways to go. We can't even see the bottom yet, but still on our way down, surrounded by this. I can finally see the bottom now, and we're hearing a sound that we have not heard the entire trip, and that's the sound of rushing water. So even in this isolated and desolate place, rushing water, surrounded by tan and grays, bright greens. Even in a place like this, there's life. Just to appreciate the elevation change and the scale of what we're surrounded by. That rock formation that we're looking up at is what we were looking down on when we were at the crest, at the rim of the gulch. We finally made it down to the bottom. Sweet sound of rushing water. We have arrived. Feet wet. We went from high desert to dunking my feet in some nice, cool, crisp water. A little bit of sediment, that's okay. We can work around that. Beautiful. So we finally made it down to the gulch and dropped our packs and had some lunch. And now just trying to take a little excursion, a little stroll. But it is striking the differences between where we parked the car, which was dry, and air was hot, and down here feeling humidity for the first time since I left North Carolina. It's good times. Life is good. It's probably 90 something degrees outside the canyon, and we are here taking a nice little dip, chilling out. It's good stuff. It really just makes you wonder what geological events create all of these different formations. We've got these huge boulders that weigh several tons leaning up against this cliff, just stacked on top of each other. Pretty wild. We've had a couple of firsts on this trip, well, a lot of firsts on this trip. You may notice the water in this creek that we're going to be walking and living next to for the next few days. It's pretty murky. It's just sediment, we're told. Nothing crazy, but still we have to break it down so that we can, so it won't clog our water filters. So this has been hanging for most of the day. I filled it up, and you can see up here at the top, pretty clear. Down here it's getting a little more opaque, and then down here you can actually see actual sediment. So I think that's just about ready. We're going to let the sediment part out and then filter that stuff, and then we filled these up too. Other firsts for this trip, one of the rules for Coyote Gulch is that you have to pack out everything, and when I say everything I mean your trash, your poop. Yep, you're packing out your own poop, which is pretty awesome. Joe was smart enough to bring some poop bags, which until this trip I didn't know were a thing, but apparently there's a market out there for people that want to poop in a bag, and so he's keeping them in business. But oh, and the directions say they're good for multiple uses, so depending on how desperate we get, we may find out how good those are with multiple uses. If you've ever opened up a bag of your own poo to then add more poo to it, or we may get to that point, I'm not sure yet. But regardless, entertaining stories, to say the least. So the sun's finally making its way over the horizon, so it's starting to cool down a little bit. The shadows are starting to change on the walls of the canyon. We may or may not get some dinner going here shortly. and just another beautiful day. So this little Sawyer filter, by far, if you try to calculate the importance versus weight ratio, this little thing by far is the most important little piece of gear on this trip. You see the nasty, cloudy, disgusting water in my dirty bag, and the nice clear water coming into my bottle. Water, beautiful thing. That might have been the most careful I've ever seen anyone open a beer.
Precious.
Yes, quite so. So Joe and I have 2 double IPAs left over from Moab, so we're going to polish those off because as fun as they are to carry around, I enjoy drinking them more, so we're going to try that out. See, I'm trying something new today. I'm trying chicken gumbo by Alpine Air. Never had their food before, so we'll see. Gavin's got the old standby sweet and sour pork. Joe's got beef stew.
Beef stew.
Good eating. Just because you're not in civilization doesn't mean you can't be civilized. Good stuff.